What's going on, y'all? This is Chris, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today, we're going to be setting up the bar. If you do not know how to set a bar up, this is the video for you. So this is for my bar backs, and this is also for bartenders. Everybody that works behind the bar needs to know these things. So the first thing that you're going to do is start off with your ice. After you get your ice, you're going to get your sanitizer buckets. I will be setting up for 2 wells, so that is going to cost for 2 sanitizer buckets. And then we're gonna grab our trash bags for our trash cans. I have 2 trash cans, one on each end of the bar that I set up. All right, so now we're at the bar. I'm gonna grab my juices first. So my orange juice, pineapple juice, lemon juice, lime juice, cranberry juice, and grapefruit juice. So I put those in the same place every day. And beware, everything that you do with one well, you do at the other well too. All right, and then we're gonna get our muddler, our stir, and our lemon squeezer. And I always put that right inside my well because I'll be using that throughout the whole day. All right, y'all, let's get the syrups out. Now these syrups are in most of my signature cocktails and in my happy hour cocktails. So I'm using these on a regular. And like I said, if you're using it on a regular, it should be in your well. And the syrups I keep in my well is cinnamon fire syrup, French vanilla syrup, honey syrup, raspberry syrup, yuzu syrup, and simple syrup. And I will be placing them in the same place. Like I said, whatever you do, you want to do it consistently because your body is going to start to move like a robot. You're going to start to grab things without even thinking, and that's because you know exactly where it's placed. All right, y'all, let's start with the garnishes. So I'm going to be actually starting with the mint. I like to start with the mint first because that's always the longest process. So I'm going to be starting with the mint leaves. So first I'm going to take the stem and I'm just going to peel the leaves off. And then for the mint spring, I will be taking a stem and then I'll just have to take the leaves off the bottom and I'll leave that for the mint spring. Now I use the mint spring to garnish my mojitos or anything that has a mint in it. All right, and then we're gonna get our olives out because you know that the martinis are gonna be in heavy rotation. Limes, make sure you cut lots of limes, backup limes, because you will run out. And then now for our lemons, make sure that you cut extra lemons too because you will run out of lemons also. All right, and then we're gonna get our oranges out. You're gonna slice that in half, and then you're gonna slice it all the way across through, so it should be about 3 to 4 slices. Next is gonna be our blueberries. Make sure you wash your blueberries. Make sure you wash all of your fruit actually. All right, now it's time for our strawberries. So I like to cut the top leafy part off, and then from there, I cut it in half. And then I'm gonna get my raspberries. Make sure you wash your raspberries. And then we got our cucumbers. We're gonna cut those in slices. And now for my herbs. I like to take my rosemary and I would get a Collins glass and I put my rosemary in there and I like to fill it up halfway with water so I can keep it hydrated. And then I do the same for my sage and also for my thyme. And not to mention that the customers are gonna love the smell of the fresh herbs sitting right in their face. All right, so let me wipe off this fridge a bit. It got a bit dirty just from everything that was just on it. So make sure that you keep a bar towel nearby at all times because you never know when you have to wipe something down. And then for our dried fruits, I'm going to be starting with my dried pineapples, our dried apples, dried limes, dried oranges, and dried lemons. After I'm done with that, I'm going to see what needs to be restocked. As you can see, I don't have no club soda, so I will be restocking the club soda and whatever else is missing. The last thing that you want to be doing is be running back and forth because you didn't stock the bar up and you get slammed. Now all of a sudden, you're wasting time and you're losing out on money because you didn't stock the bar effectively. Now we're going to come over to our bar mats. Make sure your bar mats are clean and you're gonna set those up facing the customer. So make sure that the logo is not facing you, it's facing the customer. Now this is a very important step. So for everything that you put on your bar, you have to label. So that's your juices, your syrups, your heavy cream, your olive juice, whatever that can expire, you have to put a label on it. All right, y'all. And then we got the heavy cream. Make sure you fill that up. Then you got your egg whites, because you know that those sours are going to be in heavy rotation. All right, now for the juices. We're going to have your grapefruit juice, orange juice, lime juice, lemon juice, cranberry juice, and pineapple juice. All right, y'all. We're almost ready to open up. You're going to fill your tall straws up. And make sure that you fill your small straws up also. Last but not least, you got your napkins. All right, y'all. Now here comes the fun part, making money. This is how the bar should look from the guest's point of view. So it can look nice and neat and presentable. Next video on customer service. Everybody have a great day.